Hello, everybody. Welcome again to another edition of Sports Predictions. We are your hosts, Movie Master Mike.
And Boston Boy.
We are back and just as mediocre as ever with the 2015 NFL season Week 1 predictions.
Finally here, thank God.
Yeah, finally here. It's been a long, 7 months?
Yeah.
Almost 7 months. I mean, especially for people like us, Patriots fans
on pins and needles waiting to find out what's going on.
Oh my God, what a ridiculous summer it's been, like off season. It's just been so stupid with this whole thing. I mean, finally,
it was even a thing to begin with. It's ludicrous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how big it got for no reason. And it should have just been like a slap on the wrist, like, hey, if you guys are doing it,
it shouldn't have been anything.
Don't do it again.
Didn't even prove in the first place that there was even any wrongdoing to begin with. So it's just false reports and group hysteria.
Yeah, and the fact that he got 4 games, we've already been fined and docked.
Right, that's too much already. That was unprecedented. That level of fining. So.
Exactly, and then the suspension is just ridiculous, and that's what, from what I understand, is the whole ruling is not that we didn't have any evidence that he did anything wrong. It's just even if he did something wrong, what you gave him as punishment is out of control.
Right.
That's what I've understood as to why the judge ruled. He's not suspended.
Stupid,
you can't suspend him for 4 games for this, even if he did do it.
Right, exactly.
So, but enough about the Deflategate rulings, which we're glad that it's at least
finally over.
Well, it's probably not over. NFL wants to.
He's going to play all season. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. So now we can get into it. Now it's Week 1. We open the season on a Thursday night game, which is the Patriots against the Steelers at home in New England.
At home.
Yeah. So who do you got winning this game and why?
I guess the most basic reasoning is that they don't have Le'Veon Bell and we have Tom Brady, and for a while it looked like it was going to be both, weren't going to be out, but with that in mind, not to mention the Patriots obviously coming off the Super Bowl, a brilliant Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah, have to go Patriots.
Yeah, I didn't follow the offseason that closely with all the trades and stuff. I kept up a little bit. The Seahawks seem to have gotten a lot better with getting guys from the Saints and stuff, but I haven't been too involved in everything. So this first week, I'm just gonna be well, they were good last year. I'll go with them.
Right, that's kind of what the whole line's gonna be here.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the home team. They've got Brady. He's back. He's fired up. And they, like you said, the Steelers don't have Le'Veon Bell.
Right.
So and we've got Gronk. And everybody's back. The only thing we don't have is an awesome defense like we did last year, or the second half of last year.
Although, did you hear, by the way, they released that running back, Gray?
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I mean, yeah.
Because we don't have Blunt.
No, we have Blunt. We don't have
Isn't
Ridley.
he injured?
Or no, that's right. He's he's not injured. He got caught smoking pot or something like that. Smoking blunts.
Again?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, even with all that in consideration, I'm gonna have to go Patriots. They're the home team. They're gonna get fired up. It's like the ring ceremony and everything. Coming back. When Brady runs out on the field, it's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah, it's gonna be pandemonium.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to go Patriots at home.
Yeah. Concur. All right. Next we have Colts at the Bills.
Colts at the Bills. I mean, the Bills. That's one of those teams that look like they got a lot better in the offseason.
Yeah.
And then they got the Rex Ryan as coach, which I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I think his whole life will be, if he's successful, as if he beats the Patriots.
Yeah, that's his only goal in life. Yeah.
But I guess the Colts. I'm not sure if the Colts got any better in the offseason. I know they don't have Reggie Wayne, or not. Is it Reggie Wayne?
Yeah, well, he went to the Patriots. Somebody just released him. So.
Yeah, so they don't have him, but he was on his way out anyway.
Yeah, they have T.Y. Hilton. He's a pretty legit receiver.
And I think I said it last year, his first year in the league, Andrew Luck's first year in the league, he went to the playoffs. The next year he went to the second round of the playoffs. Last year he went to the championship game of the playoffs.
Yeah,
so this year, he's just getting better and better. So I'm going to have to go the Colts over the Bills for the win.
Yeah, similar reasoning. Andrew Luck. Yeah, the Bills just named it. I keep thinking Tywin Lannister. It's something like that. It's like it's T.Y. name. They just named him, and he's a no-name guy, and he's a run-first kind of quarterback, and he's pretty accurate. I mean,
when he's not going with Castle or
evidently some guy that I don't know a whole lot about. Most people don't, but yeah, they did do some pretty good pickups this season. They have obviously Rex Ryan as coach. Not that I think that's a huge deal. He had a good run in the beginning of his tenure with the Jets, but I think his time is over. And yeah, I have to go Colts here. Far better team.
Yeah. All right, next we have the Browns at the Jets.
Browns at Jets. Browns. It doesn't matter. Both a couple of crappy teams, and
yeah.
And have we talked about this? Geno Smith getting his jaw wired shut. Tell me you know about this.
No, I don't think I have heard about that.
Geno Smith, their quarterback, I can't remember the guy's name, some defensive player, I think, is in the locker room. And the story is that he was like tapping him in the chest and egging him on, and the guy just cold cocked him and broke his freaking jaw.
Oh, no, I did hear something about that.
Which is freaking awesome. I mean, it's too bad Rex Ryan isn't still there for that. It's what's his name now, a coach. But Browns, they have their, as terrible as it is there with Manziel and all this, they have their stuff together better than the Jets do. So
yeah, the Jets, that's one of the teams I think they might have gotten a little bit better in the offseason. I don't remember if I heard anything.
They can't get much worse. So
yeah, that's true. They did do pretty bad. I mean, they always, especially, well, at least under Rex Ryan, they always did well against the Patriots, even this last season.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard that in that game, before the game, Brady pissed off his equipment guys. They're like, well, Brady sucks. Let's inflate his ball. Yeah, so that's why Brady was so pissed at them after that. But or something, I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. But either way, they played against us well. We barely beat them by a blocked field goal.
Yeah. But it was. But I remember that was like justice because the year before that we lost the game by a field goal, and it was. They missed their first attempt, but they threw a flag on some call that's never been called before. Our defense pushed another man, and like you can't push a supporting defensive player or something like that. It was something ridiculous. So they got to re-kick it, and they won. So then last year we won, and it was just poetic justice because we won by a field goal last second. But
we were up by 1 point. We blocked their field goal at last second.
Oh, was that what it was?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
All right. Well, even better.
Yeah,
even better.
it was pretty nice. But I mean, the Jets suck. I mean, like you said, the Browns with all their drama and everything, they don't have Hoyer anymore. But even so, like, they've got to be better than the Jets. I'm going to have to go Browns on the road for the win.
Yeah.
And next, or no, you're next.
Yeah. Next we have Panthers at the Jaguars. A couple of cats.
Panthers at Jaguars, huh?
Panthers lost all their receivers.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they have receivers. They just suck.
Yeah, that's true. But the Jaguars suck, too. Wow. At home. I'm going to have to go with the Jaguars at home.
Man, that was going to be the upset that I was going to pick, but...
Yeah.
There you have it. I mean, Bortles, what is it, Blake Bortles?
Yeah,
he's not terrible.
Yeah, he's not terrible.
Cam Newton and that whole team, even when people are talking them up, I think they're just overrated. I mean, they had that one, what's his name on defense? I'm talking about. Really good player, but that's about all they've got going for them. And I think Jaguars have probably. I assume they've done something. I don't know. They can't continue like this. So I go for the upset there too. What I perceive as an upset, at least Jaguars.
Yeah, me too. All right. Next, we've got Packers at the Bears.
Always a good one.
Yes.
Not always a good one. The Green Bay Packers generally win.
Yeah, well, and that's good for everybody but Bears fans.
Right. But a classic matchup, they've got a
classic rivalry.
Yeah. So Packers lost both Jordy Nelson and I'm not going to be able to think of his name.
Gore? Is his name Gore?
No, it's something like that. I think it was a 4-letter last name. But anyway, two of the receivers they lost, and I think Aaron Rodgers, if anyone, can take what is it, chicken salad or chicken shit turned into chicken salad? What's the term?
I don't even
Whatever.
know.
I think despite that, the Bears have Jay Cutler, and this is the year that I hope that they stop blaming the coaches and start blaming his ass because he's terrible, and Packers will win.
Yeah, I didn't know that they lost both Nelson and the other guy, which it kills me that I don't know his name. Because I can remember.
I see his face, but
I can remember last year in one of the games in the highlights, it was like they showed like Jordy Nelson. I mean, what's his name? Jordy Nelson. What's his name? Like I couldn't remember his name. I can't. But even without those two, I think I said it on one of the podcasts last year. A guy I work with who isn't a Patriots fan. He's a Denver fan, but he's like, Tom Brady can take bums off the street and make them superstars.
Right. Yeah.
And so can Aaron Rodgers. Like I said, something to go Packers over the shitty Bears.
All right. Next, Chiefs at Texans.
Chiefs
at
at Texans, huh? I don't think either team is spectacular. The Chiefs look really good the 2013 season, their first season with Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Last year they looked all right, and they destroyed us
The
in week
Patriots
4.
made them look silly.
But they didn't do great the rest of the season.
Yeah.
And the Texans, they never do great. You know, there was that one year where they went through like every quarterback they had, and they still did well.
Yeah.
And who do they have now? Because there's so many backup quarterbacks and like these guys that you never really hear of that move around this past off season. They still have Fitzpatrick, right?
No, the Fitzpatrick went to
Jets.
The Jets. Yeah.
Okay.
Who is the Texans?
They have Hoyer now.
Yeah, the Texans have Hoyer. Yeah, and Mallet would be the backup because they were both battling for the starting position, and they named Hoyer. So.
Oh man, that's a tough one for me. It's like.
Yeah, I put them both.
Yeah, but J.J. Watt, like he's such a monster. Yeah. He can play offense and defense. So I don't know, but I'm gonna have to go with the Chiefs only because I think overall they're a better team and they can hold a team like the Texans off.
Yeah, and it's funny because the Chiefs, they didn't score a single touchdown to a wide receiver all year last year, but in the preseason, I think it was last week, the most recent game they played, that they finally did in the preseason. We'll see what happens in the regular, but that's never happened before. Obviously, that's not going to happen again.
Right. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to go Chiefs.
Yeah. I'm going to disagree here. I'm gonna go Texans. I really like Hoyer. I think the Browns really made a mistake.
Yeah, me too.
The whole debacle there and letting him go. Why not get rid of Manziel? I mean, man. But anyway.
They paid all that money. And
yeah. But Texans have looked pretty good in the preseason. You can't really take anything away from that. But nonetheless, I like Hoyer a lot, and I think they will win at home. Next, we have Dolphins.
Dolphins and Redskins.
Yeah. Oh,
this is you.
Okay, my bad. Yeah. Man, the Redskins with RG3, he's been in a lot of the headlines, and
yeah. I've heard a few things about this.
Like where he was saying he was the best quarterback in the world, and but he's just been so terrible in the preseason, and it's crazy like how good he was in his first season. Like led rookies, he was even better than Andrew Luck. He had a rocket for an arm, and then just create like an organization to destroy their star player the way they did. Just what's gone on there is just crazy. But Dolphins. I thought they were pretty good last year. They were at one point threatening to win the division. So I have to go Dolphins here. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the Redskins.
Yeah, the Redskins situation. That's
and he's not the starter
so
now. By the way, he's not the starter. What's the guy that they?
Dude, is it still the same guy from last year?
It is. What's his name? He's like really like stand up like dude. I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember his name right now. Damn. But yeah, that whole drama is just crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with the Dolphins. They just seem like a much more solid team.
Yeah.
At least last year. I'm kind of basing everything off of last year.
Well, even though first game of the season.
Yeah, even though teams could be are completely different, but yeah, just that whole drama in Washington is just it's too like overbearing. Like even if RG3 was their starter, like. There's just too much riding on him, and there's too much drama around him. Like, every little thing he does. Mm-hmm. So even if you were starting, it doesn't matter who's starting. There's just too much going on that they're not going to play well. So the Dolphins are going to win.
All right. Let's see. With Seahawks at the Rams.
Seahawks and Rams. The Rams were almost good last year. Like they had a few really good wins against the Seahawks for one.
Yeah, they did, right?
But then other games was like, what is going on? They don't have Bradford, who didn't really play last year because he was hurt,
right?
Or the year before, but and so now they have what's his name from the Eagles, who played for U of A.
Yeah. Oh no.
Damn, we suck at names right now. Normally we're on top of all this stuff.
Talking about brother.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Anyway, but now they have him, so that makes me like that team a little bit more. But the Seahawks, like I said, with the addition from that dude from the Saints,
Yeah.
what's his name?
Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham. They're just. I think they're just going to tear it up this season.
Yeah,
You know,
that's a big addition.
They seem like they're the same team, but better.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think it's like a no-brainer. The Seahawks are going to beat the Rams in opening.
It's
game.
really bothering me. I can't think of his name. He used to play here for the U of A. What
Yeah.
the heck? Oh well.
Yeah.
We'll move on. I agree. The Seahawks, better team, like you said. If anything, upgraded from an already dominant team.
Yeah.
Who did they pick up a running back too? Was it C.J. Spiller? Maybe
I
not C.J.
have no
Spiller. It's probably the what is it? Oh my goodness, I can't even think of the word. They're the biggest duo, running back duo anyway. Maybe the Eagles have a pretty good running back squad too, but anyway, I'm gonna have to agree. Seahawks definitely.
Yeah. All right. Next, we got Lions at the Chargers.
That's a pretty good one. I'd say they're both on par with each other generally. Chargers.
Yeah, usually.
Both teams can never seem to get over the hump.
Yeah.
Both kind of make it to playoffs some of the time, but never win anything.
Lions should have.
Yeah. This season, I'm gonna go Lions.
All right. Yeah, like I said, they should have won that playoff game against the Cowboys.
It wasn't like the 80s or 90s you were talking about?
No. This past playoffs.
Oh, okay. When you were saying they should have, okay, all right.
Yeah, they should have won that game. That was a bad call.
Can't remember now.
I don't remember exactly what it was, but because I remember the next game the Cowboys lost because of a bad call.
Oh, I remember that now. Yeah, that was justice. Yeah, that's right.
So they should have won that playoff game, but then they would have lost to the Packers. So
Packers, yeah.
But the Chargers, yeah, like I said, they're right on par with each other. They can never seem to get better than they are, or better than the teams in their division.
Right. Both solid teams, but always a threat kind of thing.
But they don't have Sue. Is it Sue anymore?
Dominican Sue,
yeah. They don't have him
the
anymore.
Dolphins, yeah.
Yeah. So.
I think we forgot to mention about the Dolphins.
Ooh, I might have to go with the home team, the Chargers. I mean, Phillip Rivers is a good quarterback. He's not great, but he's good. I mean. Yeah. But then they have Titantron or Megatron. I always call him Titantron for some reason. I have no idea. But they have the Lions have Megatron, but I'm gonna have to go with the Chargers.
Okay. Next we have Saints at the Cardinals.
All right, this is gonna be a good one because the Cardinals did so well last year, going from quarterback to quarterback, back to quarterback to backup quarterback.
Defense is carrying them.
Yeah, and. So now they have Palmer back.
Nick Foles, that's his name. I just had to think back on
Yes, U of A.
Carson Palmer. Yeah.
Anyway, Carson Palmer, so he's back. He's the starter. He's who we went out and got when we didn't get Peyton Manning. When Peyton Manning was trying to decide who to go to. And but the Saints, I want to say they're going to be better this year, even though they lost Jimmy Graham. I want to say they're going to be better than last year. They won, 1 or 2 home games all season. They're usually a graded home, suck on the road team.
Right.
So it's just such a weird season for them last year, and kind of a weird season for the Cardinals last year since we were so good.
Right.
Or maybe not even good, but we won every game until the end.
Right.
But, oh man. I'm going to have to go with the home team, the Cardinals. I mean, it's so close because I don't know what the Saints are actually going to look like, especially without Jimmy Graham.
Right.
So I have to go with the home team.
That's exactly what I thought. At first, I glanced at it as Saints, but it's they weren't very good last year with Jimmy Graham, and now without him, and that's really, Drew Brees is a great quarterback, but Cardinals at home, they're going to get defense if they play anywhere like they did last year, and then they have Carson Palmer back. I'm going to have to go home team Cardinals.
All right, agree on that one. Next, we have the Ravens at the Broncos. It's going to be a good matchup.
Good game. That's maybe the best matchup this week. Maybe not, but
I think it's the best matchup between two good teams.
Right. Yeah. a couple years ago, last year, I would have said Broncos hands down. Ravens even then being a good team, but I think Peyton Manning just gets worse and worse and worse every year, and I hope this is his last year. I hope it just so terribly has to hang up the hat, you know. Ravens are good, but I still have to go Broncos. Home team.
Yeah, I mentioned the guy I work with who's a Broncos fan. He hates Peyton Manning.
Really?
Yeah, he hates him because, you know, he failed in the Super Bowl. And last year he let it drop off at the end. And he just thinks, like you said, he's getting worse every year. He's too old. Like, he plays great for 8 games, 10 games.
Playoffs.
Yeah, but then it's just like, oh, I'm too old and too tired to keep going like this. Like, I can't keep up with these young bucks anymore.
Yeah.
But, and the Ravens are like a young, good team. They're always going to be right there at the playoffs, on the cusp of going to the Super Bowl. You know, they almost went last year, you know. I mean, they almost went to the championship game. We beat them with trick plays and stuff, you know.
Right. And that maybe what started the whole Deflategate.
Yeah, but I hate the Ravens because of that. I hate John Harbaugh. I hate him so much. And he had to be at the Super Bowl as some kind of commentator. He had to be a part of it. I hate him. But I do think Peyton Manning is going to be good, at least for the first half, if not 2/3 of the season. So
he doesn't break his hip like on the first snap. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that could happen. He is getting up there, but it's a physical game. But yeah, I think the Broncos are going to win at home, even against a really good team like the Ravens.
All right, next we have Bengals at Raiders.
Bengals at Raiders. The Bengals are one of those other teams, like the Chargers and Lions, where like, you know,
is there? Well, yeah. Well, they made it to the playoffs consistently the last few years, but
they never win a playoff game.
Yeah, exactly. And it's 4 years in a row now, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah. And the Raiders, they were terrible last year. They almost lost that first win because they wouldn't get back on defense or whatever. Remember, or offense.
Right.
But I think Carr is a good young quarterback. You know, learning. You know, shows great potential.
Yeah.
His dad played quarterback, didn't he?
Well, his brother did. I don't know if his dad. There's Derek and David Carr, right?
I don't know. I thought it was his dad.
Or maybe his dad too. Yeah. But I know he had a brother that did. He's a commentator.
Anyway, the Raiders are at home. I think they're due for a better season than last year. They got, 2 wins last year? Maybe like 3?
That. Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to beat the Bengals. I think the Bengals are just a better team than them. And they have, you know, more talent and stuff. So I'm going to have to go Bengals on the road.
Yeah, I just can't pick the Raiders, man. Like, I kind of want to. I kind of want to flip it up, switch it up, but I can't. I can't pick the Raiders. Carr, like you said, he does show potential, but he's never going to be great. You know, he's going to be maybe a Carson Palmer, his predecessor. You know.
Yep.
I almost did it. No, I'm picking the Bengals, man. Bengals, no way.
Yeah. Well, after hearing last year when that guy, I forget his name, like everybody else's name, I forget, but he used to do the NFL films.
Oh yeah.
I want to say something Smith. Yeah, he died, and
right.
So on Mike and Mike, they played one of his little things they wrote before the Raiders in the '70s.
Oh, was it
the Raider hymn? Yeah. I was like, man, that makes me want to be a Raiders fan. You know, it's just so cool. But yeah, I'm still gonna go Bengals. Anyway, next is the Titans at the Buccaneers. Ooh, that's a good one. Number 1 and 2 draft pick.
Snooze fest. Oh, it is number 1 and 2 draft pick. Huh?
Normally it'd be snooze fest. Yes.
Yeah, man, it's a tough one. I don't have a whole lot to say here. I mean, both teams are terrible. They got the first and second draft picks.
Yes, that's true.
But I like Mariota better. I like him better as a person and as a. It just seems like a more cerebral player. I mean, you listen to what's his name? What's the name that got drafted by the Buccaneers?
Wilson? No.
Oh my goodness! Why can't we ever think of anyone's name?
I know. That was something Wilson or something like that.
Well, anyway, that guy, he's such an idiot and like full of himself and not very bright. You know, Mariota's like really like down to earth. You know, he seems humble. I'm sure he's not, but you know, he at least acts it and respectful kind of guy. So not only his character, but his play again, the way he just seems more cerebral to me. So I'm gonna go Titans.
Yeah, this game, number 1 and 2 draft pick. Yeah, I never thought that what's his name? I can't believe we don't know his name.
I know. All you hear about is people talking about.
Yeah, but I don't. I mean, I know he did incredibly well where he was at Florida State.
Yeah.
But Marcus Mariota also did really well in Oregon.
Yeah.
A completely different system, different division, all that stuff. But we're in a Pac-10 division, U of A, and so we shouldn't like Oregon in anything. But I kind of do, maybe because I grew up with the Mighty Ducks movies.
That's true. Yeah.
So I kind of
with them. I kind of what do you call it? I like them a little bit anyway. I kind of like the new hip uniforms too. But
yeah, I like when their shoulder pads have the feathers on them, they look like armor and stuff.
Right.
Just something about that team, that organization, just kind of stands out to me.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I like Mariota better. I haven't really heard either of them talk. I have heard whatever the fuck his name is talk. About how I was just some young kid stealing sushi or whatever.
Oh yeah, well, he did that.
Yeah, I know.
Just before he got drafted, he stole crab legs. Like, what are you
crab
thinking?
Legs. Yeah. And so just things like that, and but I haven't really seen either of them. But didn't they play each other in preseason already?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, either way, I'm gonna have to go with the Titans. Not for any reason other than I like Mariota more.
Yeah, I kind of agree there.
Yeah.
All right. Now we have the Giants at the Cowboys.
All right, division rivalry.
Yeah.
The Cowboys did really well last year.
Giants.
And the Giants, didn't do really well last year, but they had some injuries last year, some significant injuries.
And I'm still not gonna think of that guy's name.
No, never mind. I think the Giants are going to win. I think they're a healthy team, and I don't like them. I hate them, in fact, and I hate
Eli
Manning. I don't think he's a great quarterback. He's like a Carson Palmer. He's good. He's serviceable.
Right.
But him and his team got hot and lucky at the right time to win those two Super Bowls.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys, they are a much better team, even though they did lose a few key players from last year.
Yeah.
But I just think the Giants are going to be much better this year. They're going to be one of those surprise teams I think are going to win at least 10 games, and not 7 like they normally do. So I think the Giants are going to, and they always seem to either come, last year they came real close to beating the Cowboys last year. Mm-hmm. That's when, what's-his-name, had that crazy catch.
Yeah.
So they always have the Cowboys number, even though they lost that game last year.
Mm-hmm.
They almost won, so I think the Giants are going to win.
All right. This is where we're going to disagree. Finally, took a little while there, but Odell Beckham Jr. The Cowboys. I mean, although they're at home, and last season they won all of their games on the road, and they lost 4, I think, on the at home.
Something like that.
They won half their games at home and won all of their road games, but that's obviously abnormal. I think the Cowboys are a better team. I think the Giants will do better than they did last year, but I don't think they'll be. I think they'll stay where they've always been. I don't see any reason for them to do better than that. So I'm gonna go Cowboys.
All right. Good. I mean, I want the Cowboys to win, even though I don't like either team.
Yeah, I really hate the Cowboys too.
Yeah, but I just think the Giants are going to be better, and they're going to surprise some people by beating the Cowboys.
Yeah.
The next game we have is the Monday night game, the first of 2 Monday night games, and it is the Eagles at the Falcons, the Bird Bowl.
Bird Bowl.
This is an interesting one.
Yeah, the Falcons. Well, I don't know. The Falcons a few years ago were pretty good, but Eagles. I don't know, man. Chip Kelly, the stuff he's pulling there. Last year was kind of crazy. Now, bringing in Tebow, they just released him today, but they did get what's his name from the Cowboys, a running back. I keep thinking DeMarcus Ware. That's the guy who went to the Broncos. That's his name.
Warren?
No. Oh well, the running back that was on the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's who I was referring to as they lost a few key players.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But Eagles, I don't see any reason the Falcons are going to do any better. Their receiving core is pretty good, but they're also aging. They're another year older. They didn't do a whole lot last year, and another year older now. I don't know of any big changes they could have made to enhance that. So yeah, I'm going to go Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles, they've made a lot of changes. It's a couple of weird ones. Like, why would you trade Foles for Bradford? Bradford is constantly injured. And Foles, yeah, he got hurt last year.
But he's been solid.
Yeah.
Far better than Bradford's ever been.
Yeah, so, like, some moves, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And other moves, it's like, wow, that was a good trade or move. And, yeah, you're right. The Falcons, a couple of years ago, yeah, they were really good. What's his name? Ryan. What was his nickname? You said it last year.
Yes.
Matty Ice. Yeah. Oh my god, it's hilarious. But I think he is better than however many games he won last year.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think you're right. The Eagles are a better team, so I'm going to have to go Eagles.
All right. Last game of the week is going to be the Vikings at the 49ers.
Vikings and 49ers. The Vikings have looked pretty solid in preseason. But, I mean, that doesn't mean anything. But
Yeah.
Bridgewater played really well last year. You know, he's probably going to do just as good, hopefully, as he did last year. You know, it sucks seeing, like, RG3, like, where, like, they were really good and then they just fall off.
apart,
I mean,
yeah.
at least Luck has, you know, been doing consistently good and a little bit better each year. I'm not sure if his seasonal record has showed that, but moving further into the playoffs each year. So I hope the Vikings can continue with that. But the Niners, like, I kind of grew up liking the Niners. I was never, like, a huge fan, but, you know, I've always liked them and stuff.
Sure, Steve Young and Joe Montana.
Yeah, exactly. And I like the quarterback they've got.
Kaepernick?
Yeah, I think he's a good player.
I think he's a douche canoe, man.
Yeah, of course, yeah, he is. That's the thing. Like, he was too into himself, and like he never like tried to better himself. He was just like, oh, I had a great first season, like, and went to the Super Bowl, you know. But he did terrible last year, or at least not terrible. They didn't do very well last year. So in the offseason, he worked with Kurt Warner.
That's
right. On his throwing and, you know, stuff. So hopefully he's matured as a person and a player.
Passer, yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm going to have to say the 49ers at home.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking the whole time. I mean, like you said, Bridgewater, he's growing. He's probably going to continue to get better, but the 49ers have also gotten much worse, and they've lost a lot of key players too.
Yeah, but there was a whole controversy how like everybody hated the coach last year, so there was all that locker room stuff. Is he leaving? Is he staying?
Right.
And so there was all
That's
that,
true.
which is gone now.
Right.
So hopefully it's like
That's
a big
true.
release, you know, pressure off him.
Yeah. Nonetheless, I'm still going to go 49ers. I think overall just a better team anyway. So, yeah, 49ers. That's all I got to say about that one.
Yeah. All right, well, we agreed on most of them. There's a few that we disagreed with.
I almost wanted to go Vikings there, but no, 49ers.
Yeah, I was real close, but yeah, I love these first couple of weeks of the season because every team plays. There's no bye weeks. So there's lots and lots of football. I love it. And then, oh, God, it feels so good for it to be back. It's almost surreal that it's just in a couple of days.
I know. And the Patriots started off coming off the Super Bowl. Brady's free.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to have a season like they did last season. I mean, he is older. You know, we lost Blunt and
well, I think we lost Blunt for one game, but we lost Gray, but we lost Ridley as far as the running back. You know, we did lose Wilfork.
You know, and
we did lose Revis. That's the biggest loss.
And Browner,
yeah.
Did he go back to Seattle, right?
No, I think he went to the Saints.
Okay, as long as he didn't go
I can't remember.
to Seattle.
Yeah, I don't think he went back to Seattle now. But
all right, well, I mean, either way, I don't think we're going to have quite a season like we did last year.
Yeah.
And we're still going to win the division, but it's not going to be like this. You know, everyone like, oh, Brady's too old and he can't hack anymore, and all of a sudden we win, 8 straight.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's going to be like that. It's going to be just a regular 11 to 13 game winning with Tom Brady, just the average Tom Brady season, which is better than most everybody's season, but it's not going to be anything spectacular, I don't think.
What do you think the record for the Patriots is going to be?
Either 11 wins, 12 or 13 wins. I'm not sure exactly which.
I think maybe.
Because I haven't seen their schedules. I don't know exactly who would play.
Yeah, it's not. Last year we actually had a really tough schedule, but Yeah, it's not quite as bad this year, and a lot of the teams that we played that are difficult, we're playing them at home. So,
the Steelers could go either way. I know we played the Cowboys. You know,
I really hope we beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
We play them so rarely that.
Yep. And then we play the Colts like we do every year, which we always spank, but I'm sure we play Denver again like we do every year.
Yeah, we play Denver.
So I mean, I don't know. I just don't think it's going to be. I mean, I hope we get 13, 14 wins, but you never know. But I think it's going to be between 11 and 13. I don't think we're going to go 14 or higher.
I think it might be 10. I'm thinking 10 to 13 would really be pushing it first to get 13. I think it's going to be 2 games, 2 wins loss, 2 wins loss, maybe 3 wins loss. I guess I would almost say so. I don't know, 4 or 5 losses. I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be something like that.
Yeah.
But I think we're still going to win the division.
So man.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, tune in next week when we give our results of this week, of week 1, and when we predict week 2 wins and losses. Until then, we're your hosts, Movie Master Mike.
And Boston Boy.
Reminding you to speak your geek.
Balance your geek.
With Geekilibrium.